Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, Pure Shaddoll ended up winning a big tournament using a list, this list basically. It's not quite the exact list. I don't have like triple mathematician because I'm poor. Yeah, this build ended up winning like a 200 person tournament. I believe it was an App Media tournament. I don't remember if that's China or Japan. But it's one of the OCG tournaments, and it's just really cool. And there's a whole bunch of really awesome ideas in this build. So I'm just going to go over the cool ideas real quick, and then we'll do just a quick card by card. The first cool idea, Lunalight Black Sheep, is just polymerization. It's just copies 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of polymerization. Or sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of polymerization. We're playing the 2 polymerization as well as Guardian Chimera because it's just a good card. Awesome. Yeah, just very solid. Now, granted, the Dino Wrestler Pankratops is normally Mathematician along with the Armageddonite. So yeah, do keep that in mind. However, the guy was playing, this player, Trolls14, the guy was playing Effect Veiler at 3 as well as Nib at 3. With no Ash. Do you want to know why? Ash is not a light. So, there's nothing you can actually use it to fuse it into anything else. Meaning, if you draw it, it's kind of a dead card. It doesn't do anything for you. Whereas, basically drawing any other card within this deck, or any other monster, at least does something. Another notable thing is Emergency Teleport. Emergency Teleport is actually very good. Why? Wendy happens to be a psychic. I don't know why, but she is. There you go. So yeah, you can actually like special summon out the Wendy, and then you can either use that to link someone into something like a Verte. They were also playing Construct, like this Construct, which I don't agree with, but I understand it. I took it out. I would play the third Winda if I had it. So I took it out for the second Guardian Chimera, because that also was something that came up. Having the second one is nice. Magicalized Fusion. Guess what? Abcalone and Winda are both spellcasters. Along with a whole bunch of other of these cards are also being spellcasters. Spellcaster, Psychic. Spellcaster. I don't know why Beast or any of these are spellcasters, but there you go. This also gives us crazy good access to Artemis, which is just another light, as well as Selene access code. So yeah, that's like a great way to OTK, right? Selene access code, and then like any fusion, as long as it's not summoned off of Schism, is OTK, which is great. So that's really cool. And then other than that, it's just a really solid 60 card deck. Obviously, Grass is absolutely insane. Why are we not playing Left Arm Offering? Because we need the cards in our hand, obviously. That's the main reason. If we go like that Grass looks greener, dump a whole bunch of cards. The thing is, we still need cards to actually activate in hand. So if we go like Left Arm Offering... Oh, also, on top of that, because you can't set cards, it entirely kills the strategy. Because you need to set Schism. So, there's that. So yeah, let's quickly do the card by card. 1 Driver, 2 Gamma, 2 Effect Veiler, triple Max C, double Effect Veiler, double Nib, double Infib. Realistically, this should be triple Nib, triple Veiler with no Infips. But that's fine. So those are our hand traps. For our other options, or our other cards, we have Dino Wrestler Pankratops and the Called Bys. Pretty standard, both 2 of each. The Panks should be Mathematicians. Just keep that in mind. The Mathematician is way better. Same with Armageddonite, this should be Mathematician. Moving on, we have a triple Lunalight Black Sheep, triple Hedgehog, triple Wendy. We have 1 Wolf, because it's funny, and technically you can send it to the graveyard in order to get a free summon for a construct off of something like a Shaddoll Fusion, or you could just send it with Grass. We have triple Squamata, we have double Dragon, absolutely insane card, nice popping of back row. We have double Aerial. Aerial is also incredibly good right now. It just hits like everything in the meta. Branded, Sword Soul, Runic, Math Mech. Oh, it destroys Math Mech. Yeah, just insane. We have 1 Snow, because this card is not banned. Yep, very strong card. And then 1 Beast. Drawing a card in 60 cards is not very good. So yeah, it's more for like corner cases or like if your hand's really bad. There's that. We have the 2 Lancia, 2 Pink, and 2 Nib, we already mentioned. We have double polymerization, which is very nice. We have ourselves the 1 Foolish Burial, triple Shaddoll Fusion, triple That Grass Looks Greener, 1 Magical Ice Fusion, double Tanky, 1 Super Polymerization to send off of Verte. Yes, you could play 2 if you really wanted to, and you could also play something like a Drextapelia, which would be very nice as well. But alas. We have a double Emergency Teleport, triple Shaddoll Fusion, double Called, by the way, of double Infib, double Re-Shaddoll Incarnation, 1 Core to grab back at one of our other spells, spells or traps, and then 1 Schism. You really don't need more. You can grab it back from the graveyard. The only thing that you're worried about is like banishing, which is very rare for back row, so there's that. And then for the extra deck, we are playing 2 Winda, I would say bump it up to 3, 2 App Cologne, triple Construct, double Guardian Chimera, 1 Sheki Naga, 1 Gravity Controller. This card is absolutely invaluable. It's so nice, given the fact that you can summon something into the extra monster zone, then link it away for this guy, in order to just get your guaranteed... what the heck happened here? Okay. 1 Artemis, 1 Predaplant Verte Anaconda, 1 Selene, and 1 Access Code. Yeah, this just allows you to get the effect of your construct, or what have you, to get back like a Schism or something along those lines. Very nice. So let's hop into the duels and show you how this deck performs. Alright, real quick, before we continue on with the rest of the video, I'm super close to reaching 10,000 subscribers, and I'd like to reach it by the end of the month. If you guys are at all interested in the content, consider subscribing. I have something special planned for the 10,000 subscriber special, so stick around. Alright, so here we are going second with, honestly, not the greatest of hands. We did draw the access to Construct at the very least, but hey, our opponent draws us into Schism. Fantastic. Down comes the Pot of Duality, and I see double... Yep, that is right. Double Planet Pathfinder. Of course, I see the first one and I go, oh, this is Runic. So my opponent is going for the Runic Fountain and Runic Allure, and they don't activate anything else, so they don't set anything, so I'm like, okay, at least we're not playing against a Floodgate, so we're doing it pretty good there. I'm actually going to set the Dragon here, and the reason for that is, 1, if it's set, you can't target it, and 2, this allows us exactly the materials necessary for, that's right, a Guardian Chimera. So I'm going to go for the Guardian Chimera here, and the Tanky is also not going to do anything, really. I guess it gets us another monster, but like that's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go pop 1 and then pop 2, and they're going to chain 2, count them, 2 Runic Spell Traps. I think they thought that this was going to work differently, but yeah, they just fizzled one of their own cards. So, you know, Runic players. Out comes Hugin. It's going to protect once, and then we're going to pop anyway and draw 2. We draw Lancia, which is very funny, but yeah, they're going to banish 2. Doesn't really matter. We're going to go for Tenki, search out the Black Sheep, because at least it gets us another material, and then we're going to set the Schism and pass. My opponent is then going to activate Smiting Storm, to which I will chain the Lancia. So that doesn't do anything. Then they're going to activate Card of Demise, because it's a fair and balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card that totally shouldn't be banned in every regard, but it's fine, I promise. Anyway, I actually can't banish anything, so I can't actually go for the Schism. Whoops! I went to try and activate the Schism, but I can't. I draw Gamma. Terrible, terrible draw. But that's fine. We're going to now banish 2 and actually go for the Construct here. So we're going to activate the Construct effect. We're going to dump the Squamata. Squamata effect. We're going to dump the Aerial. Aerial effect is going to banish 1, 2, and 3. I decided to at least banish the Fountain, and then 2 others. And now we can go for Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight is going to dump Dragon. Dragon effect is going to pop this one. Flashing Fire. Fantastic. They're going to banish 2 of our cards. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. They're also going to banish another one, and we're just going to go to battle and deal well over half to them. Now, granted, this was prior to me putting in the second Guardian Chimera, so we still only have the 1. I could have gone for a second one there, and it would have been absolutely lights out there, but honestly, they're on 1 card. We still have Schism. We are totally fine. All of the cards that are banishing doesn't matter. We're playing 60 cards. Who cares? They're going to go for their Runic map, and I'm going to go for Construct here. Construct, send the Aerial. Aerial effect is going to banish all 3 of their quick plays that they currently have in grave, and they are going to now chain their Golden Droplet to draw us a card. It wouldn't have mattered, because we would have been Chain Link 2 with our Aerial to their Fountain, so it's fine, but also, come on, dude. Anyway, away go all of their cards, but they're going to shuffle back 1, so it's fine. And they realize that the game is over because they don't have anything. Oh, cool, good game. Alright, once again, we are going second. I promise this deck wants to go first, and also, I drew Dragon again. What the heck? It's fine, I drew double effect Veiler. My opponent is playing Libromancer! You love to see it. My opponent is now going to search out their Libromancer ritual monster. They're now going to special summon out the fire. They're going to activate the fire effect, and I go, well, they searched out this card with their field spell, so I feel like I should stop this. So I go for the Veiler. They go called by. I go for the second Veiler. It really sucks to have to use 2 of those, but I'm like, I at least want this to resolve and negate. Turns out this card's a Cybers. Did anyone know this? I did not know that card was the Cybers. So they go in the Lingaribo. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, out comes their second monster, the Agent. Yeah, it was right. Negating the fire. Didn't matter, though. They already had the follow-up. So now they go for the Verte Anaconda. Great. They're now going to ritual summon out their Doom Broker. Doom Broker is going to set their trap, which is basically just a negate. It bounces the Doom Broker, and it negates. They're going to go for their Phoenix Enforcer, and they're going to set 1 more card and pass. Okay, honestly, this isn't looking good, and I draw for turn Maxi. Oh, you love to see it. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe I get something, like they negate the Tenki instead of actually popping it with the DPE. So that's kind of my hope. They go for the Doom hand here. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. It's not like they're going to special summon anything else. And then they go for Intervention here, and I'm like, huh? So realistically, yes, I should have activated the Maxi at the beginning of this turn. Just should have done that. Don't know why I didn't. But I also should have activated it here. And you'll see why later. But I'm also just like, okay, yeah, they're going to special summon like twice. That's fine. It's not really all that much. But they decided to negate this Tenki with their Intervention. I don't know why. Because that literally kills them. Because now I get to go and activate Grass entirely for free. So I activate Grass. Away goes all of the cards. Okay, I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm just going to quickly scroll through. Schisms in the Grave. Good to know. But we basically hit more or less every name. So we're going to go Beast, Squamata, Hedgehog, Dragon, popping the set card, Core, adding Schism. Realistically, I should have actually added Fusion there, because given what I know, the DPE is just going to pop it. Like, that's a terrible instance for me. So like if they go DPE pop, like this Schism ain't doing nothing. So it would have been a little bit better to go for Fusion there. But that's okay. We go Aerial to banish a couple of cards, and then they go Vadis, and I go, what is this? So of course I chain my Maxi to this. So they're gonna go Vadis here, which is going to trigger both of their Exo Sisters on field. So at the very least I'm drawing like 3 cards, right? But this kind of sucks for me, because that means it turns off my graveyard. Like I can't activate anything in the graveyard, and they're gonna have a banish on top of that. So a little bit scary. Not anything that I can do about this. Out comes their 2 Exo Sisters. We're gonna draw into Fusion. So it turns out adding the Schism was the correct choice, but realistically I just got lucky. That should not have been the case. I also search out the Wendy here. We special summon out to the Wolf. We pop the set card, and then they go for their plays here. So they're going to go Asfiel, which locks down our graveyard, and they're also going to go for the Mika here. We also draw one off of Beast, so we drew the Infip off of the summons there. They actually pop the Beast because I go to battle to threaten the DPE. Now, DPE is dead no matter what. Like, it's just dead. But forcing to go to battle means that either we are dealing with the Mika's negate, or we are dealing with the DPE negate. Either way, or the DPE pop. Either way, it's great for us. DPE is dead, can't do anything, and we get this Shaddoll Fusion to go into Sheki Naga. So we go for the Sheki Naga here because basically they have 1 more interaction, and this shuts down that interaction, right? If they go for Mika, we negate it, it's the end of the turn, okay? So they go for it after we set our cards, and we negate it because, yes, they targeted the Sheki Naga, which, you know, oh no, heaven forbid. But in all reality, I care about the Schism more. But hey, might as well negate it anyway. Away goes their DPE. They can't activate the effect, so it just dies. They're going to go for Mika here, and notably, they didn't use an Exo Sister monster, meaning they do not get the quick effect. The most that they could do is search an Exo Sister card, or specifically an Exo Sister spell or trap, which I don't know if they're playing. But they're going to activate the Asfiel. I'm going to promptly negate that, and send my Dragon. Dragon is then going to pop their field spell, and then they are going to activate their Geek Boy, which they had on their following turn, or they added off of the Fire Boy on the previous turn, sorry. But yeah, seeing that they are going to special summon, obviously we go for the Winda here off of Schism. Out comes their Geek Boy. They're going to activate the effect and realize that, oh, I can't activate Mika's effect. Ah! And they scoop. Alright, now this game is by far one of the coolest games that I've had. First of all, I drew Black Sheep. You'll love to see it. My opponent is going to go for Emergency Teleport, and they're actually playing Mutants. Interesting. Now this is where things get pretty fun. So Mutants actually have a fair bit of play. It's not great, but it's a bit. We're going to Gamma their M05, just because I feel like it's better. And then they actually banish a Necroface, which is very funny. So, yeah, away goes some of my cards, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. So they're going to set 2 and pass with Beast. Now, Beast notably negates emergency, or negates spells. So I go for the Emergency Teleport. Luckily, we drew one, because I do need my my Polymerization to resolve. So we go for the Black Sheep here, adding the Polymerization, and we get to activate the Polymerization for 2. It's not the greatest, because we're just making a window, which kind of sucks here. But at the very least, we get to trigger both the Beast and the Hedgehog. And, of course, I draw into Wolf. Why would I not? It's fine. So we're going to set the core, we're going to set the Wendy and pass. My opponent is going to go for Synthesis during the end phase, and they're going to pop our back row. Doesn't really matter, it's not doing anything anyway. So, cool, go for it. My opponent then is going to activate the their field spell and special summon out the ST, which is going to add them the Mutant Fusion. We're going to add back the core because, I don't know, why not, off of the Winda, and they are going to then tag out into Mist. Now, keep in mind, this Mist can, when a trap card is activated, can banish a card from hand or field to draw 2. Keep that in mind, okay? We draw Super Polymerization, which is funny, but we're going to flip up the Wendy in order to go for Squamata. Now, we basically have to activate the Super Poly because it's the only thing that really does anything here. So we're going to activate the Super Poly, pitching the Wolf and going into Apkallone. We're going to dump one card off of the Squamata, and we're going to negate the Mist. Granted, it's permanently negated, so do keep that in mind as well. I'm just going to add the Wendy here. Realistically, what I should have done, had I actually been smart, I should have put the Apkallone in the extra monster zone. But it's fine, because my opponent is dumb and realizes a little bit too late that they probably should not have impermed my monster. Yes, it does go to the graveyard, but now I get Schism and I get to dump my stupid core. So now we have Wendy and Schism in our rotation. So turns out all for the best. Even though I didn't put it in the extra monster zone, it's fine. My opponent's going to go to battle. They're going to walk into the Wendy. That's fine. We're going to go for Wendy here. And I'm going to grab the Aerial because I don't have anything banished yet, but I can banish something here, and just grabbing that extra monster is pretty nice. They're going to go for Mutant Fusion for that second Synthesis, and realistically, I probably should have activated the Schism a little bit sooner, but it's fine. Also, notably, all of these monsters are not light nor dark, so they're all like water. So I can't really do anything. Oh, also, this guy just banished the wrong target, so he's not drawn 2. Kind of funny. Anyway, out comes Construct. Construct is going to dump the Rishadal Incarnation. And why am I doing this? Well, because now we can flip up the Aerial to set back the Hedgehog, which gets us access to even more. So we can flip up the Hedgehog and search out a Fusion. I draw Grass, which is funny, so I dump it. Why not? Hit the button. And we do hit Dragon, which is very nice, and Aerial, so I'm going to banish a couple of cards. I think that's actually disadvantageous for us, but I don't want to banish my cards. They could be useful. Anyway, out comes the out comes Mutant M05. They're going to search out the other mutant. And we're going to go for Hedgehog into the Shaddoll Fusion. We're going to go Shaddoll Fusion. They're going to go for Mutant Cry in order to go for Ultimateness. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We're going to dump 2 and go into Apkallone. So I dump the Wendy and the Squamata. And I actually do this in the wrong order. I should actually go Wendy here. Or should I should go Apkallone, Wendy, Squamata. And the reason for that, this guy has a negate. He just banishes a card and negates. So I did this a little bit wrong. We could have had another monster on the field, but that's fine. I dump instead the El Shaddoll Fusion because it's the card that we haven't dumped yet. So there's that. And then we just link off into Selene. They're going to prevent themselves from being unaffected. They're unaffected by monster effects. That's fine. We're just going to go Selene into Artemis. I go Artemis here, actually, so that we have another target for the access code, so that we have another link material. While we can't use it this turn, since they're both light, it gives us at least something on the following turn, so that's why we do that. We're going to go access code here. We're going to target this Selene. We're going to pop this guy, because this guy's unaffected, and this guy's negated, so who cares? And we're going to attack in. They're going to add another card to their hand. They actually add the Ultimateness, which is kind of funny. I don't know why they wouldn't add a card to their hands. It kind of feels like they would need it, but it's fine. They go for the ST 46 here and pass the turn. We're going to set the Schism. And out comes the ST. They're going to grab Mutant Cry. They're going to activate Mutant Mutant. Obviously, I flip up the Schism. We're going to go and make our Winda. And out comes their Mutant Mutant. They're going to pass the turn on 2 set cards. And at this point, the game is over. Mutant Cry specifically requires them to be in the main phase, I believe. So yeah, during the main phase. So if I just snipe this correctly with access code, they just lose. So my opponent realizes this after I activate the access code. And they go, oh yeah, you got it. It was a really cool back and forth game. I super love that one. Good game. Alright, I swear this deck is designed to go first. I just happened to go second a lot. Also, Wolf in hand. Love to see it. That's fine. We have Maxi and Infip. 2 really good cards, especially for going second. And my opponent reveals that they are unbranded. They go for the branded opening here, and I go for the Maxi. Cool, cool. Love to see it. Yay, Maxi. It's just great. Also, they pitched the Tragedy, which is very nice. But they grab Comedy. Well, that kind of sucks for us, given the fact that grabbing Comedy means that this Infip kind of doesn't do anything. So, okay. Anyway, they're going to go and grab Branded in red. So, they already have the Branded Fusion. Cool. Nothing I can do about that. They're going to go for Lubellion here. And I draw into Shaddoll Fusion. Fantastic. This hand does something. Now, previously, I could have... Oh. Huh. Well, that does do something. So we're going to normal summon the Squamata, and then I'm going to activate the Shaddoll Fusion. And then I'm stupid, and I'm going to activate the Super Polymerization. Now, granted, I'm dumb, because realistically, what I can do with this is I can go into whatever it may be, right? Because this guy's on the field. But if I go Super Polymerization to deal with the Mirror Jade, I can no longer do that. Right? And this is one of those instances where, like, Dragostapelia would have been incredible, because I just get rid of these 2, and then I just fuse off these 2, and it's great. And, like, it's just, I have a Dragostapelia, and I have a Construct, and I'm having a good time. But instead, I do something a little bit different, because I don't have the Dragostapelia. So we pitch the Tenki, because what's it doing? And we go for Winda here. But then we go for the Shaddoll Fusion into Construct. Now, this notably allows us to actually add back the Shaddoll Fusion because of Winda. So I'm going to chain link the last one as Winda, and we're going to go Construct to dump, and yeah, we'll be dead by the end of the turn. Or our field will be. So we're going to dump the Schism in the Hedgehog. Hedgehog is going to search the Aerial, and then we get to fuse off once again, dumping the Aerial, and go for the second Construct, because it's funny. So we're going to actually banish all 3 of the targets for the Branded in red, which is very nice for us. And we're going to go for the Construct to add back the Schism and to dump again with Construct. Yes, you could do this. Why is this the case? I do not know. Anyway, I'm guessing that this one is the Branded in red, so I target that one, and they're going to activate their Tragedy and reveal that this is Infip. What? Why are we activating Infip here? Why did we not do this earlier? Alright, no, it's fine. So we pop the Infip. And our Construct goes away, but we have the Schism and we have the Imperm. I also put the Imperm in this column. I know what you're saying. Why did we not attack? Aluber, kill it. They have Branded in red. This leaves them with no targets for Branded in red. Why would I give them a target for Branded in red? Bad. Anyway, I'm going to negate the Aluguber. So that's fine. And now that this is negated, I will go for the Schism here to go for Winda, preventing them from only having, from having more than one special summon. And we're going to send away the Goober. Now we can go for the Masquerade, or now they go for the Masquerade here. They're going to fusion into, they're going to activate the effect of the Edgem Chain in order to grab up their Polymerization and the second Edgem Chain, and then proceed to battle. That's still fine. We don't get anything here, but we still have Shaddoll Fusion and Schism. So I'm still feeling all right. And we also have another Winda. Or no, we don't have another Winda. But that's okay. We can go for a Sheki-Naga. The reason I go for Sheki-Naga, pretty simple. We have the Hedgehog already in hand. And yeah, Sheki-Naga's big. We can just walk over the Masquerade. We're going to activate the Dragon to force out their Branded in red. Out comes the Branded in red. That's fine. We're going to activate our Schism here. So we're going to banish 2 in order to go for Apclone to send this guy to the graveyard so that they can't go for a Mirror, or not a Mirror Jade, a Guardian Chimera. If they go for Guardian Chimera, we cry because Schism goes away. Now, granted, we choose to negate this guy's effect, but they negate our effect, which is just not the right choice. You negate the Sheki-Naga. Just negate the Sheki-Naga. That is the choice. Just negate it. So I was like, okay, like, that's fine. At the very least, we get to deal with the Q, so there's that. We're just going to go to battle. I don't know why they decided not to activate the Q's effect, but they didn't, so... Okay, goodbye, Alibert. Goodbye. I guess they saw Fusion and didn't think Fusion not level 8, so there's that. Yeah. Just draw Branded in red. They don't have a target to Fusion Summon, but now they get Alubert in order to go for the Branded Fusion. That's fine. They're going to activate the Branded Fusion. That's fine. I don't have another Winda. I wish I did. I really do. It would be great right now. But it doesn't matter because they literally do not have a target for Tragedy to activate the effect. I do not know how this is the case. I guess the last card in hand has to be that second Branded opening, but it's just very funny. Because they have 1, 2 Branded Fusions. No, sorry. I guess they're not playing, like, Dramaturg? That's it. Yeah, they're just not playing Dramaturg because they already have the Alubert, and the other targets are all banished. So, cool. Makes sense. Anyway, we're going to negate the Lubellion. They keep it around because of Branded Opening, and out comes their Masquerade. That's fine. We're going to go for the Schism here to send away the Lubellion because with the Polymerization, this, again, forces them into less options. But out comes the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. That's fine. They're going to copy this guy's attack, boost by 28. They're then going to copy this guy's effect, which is fine, I guess. I mean, they don't have a Shaddoll card, so who cares? But yeah, off of Construct, I forgot to mention, we dumped the Re-Shaddoll Incarnation. So even if they go to battle here, we just flip our card face down. It dies. That's fine. We draw, or we add back the Shaddoll Fusion, and now we can just go Shaddoll Fusion on the opponent's turn. And they realize that this game is over, finally, and yeah, they scoop it up. Man, I love this deck. Shaddoll is so much fun to play. It is everything that I love about control strategies. It's not overly overpowered, it allows your opponent to play the game, but it definitely has some very strong win conditions. Schism is a powerhouse of a card. It is absolutely meta-defining. Well, it was meta-defining when it came out. It legitimately pushed Shaddoll back into tier 1 status with Dogmatika and Invoked. However, with this list, you're just playing pure Shaddoll, which is super fun. I love Shaddoll, and it's super nice to have that. Yes, Winda is an annoying card, but most of the time, a lot of people have outs to it with the one special summon. Not everyone, but a lot of decks do. Sometimes you're playing Math Mech and they summon Winda going first on your circular and you lose. Happens, you know? Just sometimes you don't have the out. It happens. That sucks, right? That's one of the things that I don't like about Shaddoll. But everything else, all of the games were back and forth. They were super entertaining. It never really felt like it was out of my control as well, even though it felt like I had a lot of cards that just didn't really synergize very well. As soon as I started getting 1 Shaddoll or 2 Shadolls into the grave, it just started all connecting. And even though sometimes I only had like a Wendy set or something like that, just a single Wendy just got me off to the races, and it was super nice. Also, did you know that Wendy... oh no, sorry, this doesn't get destroyed. Yeah, Wendy is just a super powerhouse of card. You could also summon... No, you can't. I lied. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this deck is really cool. I wish that I had the third Winda. Having that for the grind game is super nice. That means that you can, like, summon it, and then still have 2 additional targets for your Schism, because a lot of people can out the first one, and then having the second one is very nice. I never really thought to put Selene and Access Code in this deck. I don't know why, but, like, goated. Just truly awesome. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like us very much so appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.